My mother found out I had a baby 7 months ago, and she's threatening to sue for grandparents' rights. My older sister Bryn had a baby 3 years ago, and my mother said something I'll never forget. Finally, I get to raise a baby the right way. She didn't think Bryn heard it. But I did, and I watched my mother spend the next 3 years proving she meant every word. My mother moved into Bryn's house 2 weeks before the due date and stayed for 7 months. She insisted on being called Mama June instead of Grandma. She chose the pediatrician. She decided when Bryn was done breastfeeding. She posted the first photo of the baby on Facebook before Bryn even left the hospital, took the baby from Bryn's arms while she was getting stitched up, and went to the hallway for better lighting. She had a key to Bryn's house and would let herself in during nap times. She enrolled the baby in daycare without asking. When Bryn tried to set boundaries, my mother cried and said this was her chance to do it right. Bryn's husband moved out when the baby was 14 months old. He told Bryn he felt like a guest in his own home. My mother said he was too controlling. Bryn is exhausted and trapped. My mother still has a key. She still shows up unannounced. At the baby's 3rd birthday party, someone asked my mother where Bryn was, and my mother was standing right next to her. My best friend Whitney was the only person who acknowledged how insane this was. She watched my mother cut Bryn out of a family photo at that birthday party so the picture was just her and the baby. She saw my mother introduce herself as the mom at the park while Bryn stood there holding the diaper bag. Whitney told me I wasn't paranoid for being terrified of getting pregnant. So when my mother started asking when I was going to give her another grandbaby, I knew I could never tell her if it happened. My partner Owen and I got pregnant 2 years ago. I told Whitney and no one else. Then my mother had a health scare, collapsed at work, and was hospitalized for 4 days with what they thought was a heart attack. It turned out to be severe anxiety, but for those 4 days she texted me about dying without meeting all her future grandchildren. I visited every day. I was 5 months pregnant, wearing oversized sweaters. The doctor said she needed to reduce stress. She said she was moving in with Bryn full-time because being around the baby made her calm. Bryn called me crying, begging me to help her say no. That's when I decided my mother could never know about my baby. Owen and I moved 3 hours